was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn. And
you ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot.
Why would he sell on the dark net his tapes?
Trading.
Victims.
They were were victimized,
Yeah,
meaning
victim.
this was happening to them and they were inebriated.
Right.
Justin Bieber's confession about how Diddy made videotapes while sexually abusing him has just been released after a federal court called Justin to testify. And you are not going to believe what Justin had to say.
We was around some people, something like that, and then some people might say, yo, I don't F with that dude. And at the time, I didn't even know who the F Usher was. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those type of situations. And when somebody say, yo, man, I don't F with them niggas. I'm getting out that industry and everything like that. You know, Puff sent this little kid to the hospital. How he sent her to the hospital? Man, Nick was bleeding from the butt. And that's what was said. But I didn't even have a name for the kid at the time.
Justin Bieber has long been outspoken about the abuse he faced in the industry, but it seems like he is finally naming the people that were involved in the alleged abuse. In a newly resurfaced interview with Apple Music, Justin can be heard talking about how he still feels ashamed because of the things that were done to him.
it was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn, and everyone, telling me they love me and, just turn their back on you in a second. So if she ever needs me, I'm gonna be here for her. But yeah, just protecting those moments because people take for granted encounters, and I just want to protect her,
What's up, man? You good?
I'm good. How are you?
All right, young brother, everything's good?
Everything's
Selling
great.
out arenas and everything? Starting to act different, huh?
No,
You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot. But you never really got my number, so.
Right, okay.
My number?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you my number.
Yeah.
Bye.
As we peel back the layers of this conspiracy theory, we can see that the lies run deep and the victims are forced to stay quiet. Diddy has been revealed as the mastermind of what is turning out to be the worst scandal Hollywood has ever seen. And we know now that the very people that Diddy abused were the ones providing him with new victims. People who were groomed and taken advantage of eventually started abusing others, creating a horrifying cycle of abuse.
Diddy had been trying to get to Bieber for a minute, and his management was backing him off. But it wasn't until Usher took over management and had guardianship and gave temporary guardianship to the diddler for 48 hours. Think about that. He had already been to the hospital. That situation that Gene was talking about. And you still took Bieber there, but you got custody of him first. Diddy had already tried. They wouldn't let him. Actually, someone made reference to the fact that Diddy trying to get at Bieber the way he was trying to get at Bieber was looking a little predatory. And then Usher came in and discovered it and managed him and got custody of him and promised to look after him. And then he sent him to the diddler. Does that sound like a good guy?
It's horrible.
Does that sound like a good guy? Now that we know what Diddy's really like. They're not seeing what the intentions was in his heart when he took Justin Bieber there.
Oh.
Let's be honest. He took Justin Bieber there.
The result of being around that man, Sean Puffy Combs, I don't sleep to this day. I have a problem sleeping to this day.
Shockingly, everyone in the industry knew what Sean Diddy Combs was doing to Usher, Justin Bieber, and other minors. These elites weren't just silent, they were complicit in the abuse that occurred. Allegedly, there are tapes with Drake, Justin Bieber, Rihanna, and even Nicki Minaj being intimate with Sean Diddy Combs. Now these tapes are being sold on the dark web for hundreds of millions of dollars.
Well, considering that the is selling his own evidence that would put him in jail against him on the dark net to the highest bidder, why would he sell evidence of his debauchery and savagery? Why would he sell on the dark net his tapes of all the just terrible? Wanna know why? Because he doesn't intend to stand trial.
Is he protecting people, or are people protecting him?
Oh no, he's selling it because he needs the cash. The last freak off tape that just got sold on the dark net, which I know because I monitor, went for $500 million. It had multiple stars in it. Nicki Minaj, Rihanna, Chris Brown, Justin Bieber, Drake. It was a really interesting night in Calabasas, and he just sold that footage.
That really disturbing footage of Bieber, Odell Beckham, and Trey Songz.
Yes.
Like, and Trey's like literally sitting there playing Lookout.
Playing Lookout as Justin Bieber goes down on Odell.
The boy came up with his mouth wet.
Mouth wet.
What?
Dribbling.
Interestingly, these tapes have already been obtained by the FBI and Homeland Security. Courtney Burgess, a close friend of both Diddy and Gene Deal, has just come forward and testified in front of a federal jury. Alleged subpoenas have been issued to anyone who was in contact with Diddy at the time of the crimes, and 8 video files on 11 different flash drives showing Diddy having intimate relations with minors have also been obtained by Homeland Security.
And those statements include descriptions of what the witness says he saw on those tapes. So I asked him about that, and he answered what he could, given the limitations imposed on him after testifying before the grand jury. Out of those 8 videos, 8 celebrities, 6 men and 2 women, how many of those 8 celebrities were close to being underage or potentially underage?
2 males.
2 males. And of those 8 celebrities, how many of them were intoxicated or under the influence of?
This is going to be all speculation. I just want to preface it by he wouldn't know if they were. Right.
Sure.
Appear to
Let me
be,
rephrase
right,
it.
Based on, yes.
Understand. Out of the 8 celebrities who were recorded having intimate relations with Sean Combs, how many of them appeared to be either inebriated or intoxicated or under the influence?
All of them. All of them.
Out of those 8, how many appeared to be potentially victimized? How many might have been victimizing?
I think all, to be honest, all.
Were victims
They
or
victims.
were perpetrating?
Victims.
They were all 8 were victimized.
Yeah.
Meaning
Victim.
this was happening to them and they were inebriated.
Right. Not knowing, I guess, how much proof it was in it, what they was doing.
And of those 8, how many seemed to be potentially minors?
2 to 3, possibly 3.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.
These tapes are going to prove exactly what everyone in the industry has been speaking out about for years. Sean Diddy Combs abused minors and sexually exploited both Justin Bieber and Usher. This is how Usher grew his career, and when he realized that Diddy wanted Justin more, he started managing Justin to curry favors with the diddler. Gene Deal, a close ex-confidant of Sean Diddy Combs, has spoken out about the conspiracy theory regarding Diddy's abuse of minors and signaled that there's more to the story than meets the eye.
A lot of people have been trying to drag Justin Bieber into this situation because there's a lot of like suspect looking videos with Diddy and Bieber in it, and they're making a lot of allegations.
Same way they made allegations about Usher. When Usher was younger.
I mean, do you think that there's any credibility to these allegations?
When there's smoke, there's fire. Why would Diddy be tapping his kid in his chest to see if he wired? And asking him, are you wired? Why would he be confronting that kid? Why would Justin Bieber make a song about, what is it? I got smashed at a Diddy party or something like that? Why? There's reasons behind all this. So, where there's smoke, there's fire, Cam. I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah, Justin, he's been real quiet about this. I mean, I think like a lot of the other celebrities.
I was reading something, Cam, and the kid say, after he went to Diddy camp, he started using drugs so heavy and was smashed every day. What would cause a kid who wanted to be an artist in the music business all of a sudden to start getting high and drinking and popping pills and smoking? What would cause a kid to do that?
I mean, usually trauma.
Or a Diddy party.
Usher himself has spoken out about the abuse he faced at the hands of Diddy. As a minor, Diddy made him do things that no minor should be involved in. And during Usher's time at Puffy Flavor Camp, Usher was exposed to sexual activities that he didn't understand. In Usher's own words, he was a 13-year-old, and Diddy should not have done what he did to him.
I moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you
New
over
York
to
City.
something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp?
Yeah,
Flavor
that's what it
Camp.
was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s, do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I
Come
mean,
on.
but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you
I
seeing?
went there to see the lifestyle,
Right.
And I saw it, and it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild. It was,
So nobody
it was crazy.
tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say
and,
that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place, and I didn't necessarily understand it.
Biggie Smalls was there.
Biggie Smalls was there. Lil' Kim, Craig Mack.
All these people are hanging around.
Yeah, man. Faith Evans,
And your parents
Jodeci,
were
Mary J.
okay?
Blige. They didn't know nothing about this.
Oh.
I was having a good time. You know what I mean?
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat? Or are you just like, can you stay up till 4 a.m. with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them.
And do you have money? What's going on?
I mean, I had like per diem. I had like,
What
like
a
living.
life.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
See?
Shockingly, Usher and Justin Bieber weren't the only minors that Diddy abused, and there were rumors that Diddy even went as far as grooming his own son. According to eyewitness reports and alleged activities that people close to Diddy saw, his son Christian was being groomed and abused. In an episode of Art of Dialogue, Freddie P talked about this and recounted seeing Sean Diddy Combs try to groom his stepson.
It's more deeper questions that I be wanting to know, like, why were you so infatuated with a child that wasn't yours? Were you grooming that little boy? I don't even want to start those conversations, because that's not your child. You know what I'm saying? And for you to keep him that close, it's like you kept him that close because he might got your secrets, because he's not your child. So if he's not your child and you that type of person with that type of character, you don't mind actually doing it to him when he finally reaches a certain age, because he's not yours. And you know in your mind he's not yours. And now you keep him real close to you. You make sure he don't go to his daddy. Why? You make sure he's separated with him and you provide him with everything he wants. Why? He got one of them little Michael Jackson secrets. He got one of them secrets that he can't tell nobody because his legacy, his manhood gonna be, and not only that, his brother no gonna look at him crazy. Only Puffy know, only God and Puffy.
Quincy, right?
I don't know. All I'm gonna say is, I don't know.
Albie Short son?
All I'm gonna say is, who's infatuated with another man's son now? Like that. Like that seemed like grooming to me. That's his daughter's brothers. Get the f out of here. Huh?
This kind of behavior is rampant in the industry, and it's something that industry veterans like Tom Hanks have seen time and time again. A power dynamic is created where young stars and impressionable minors are threatened or incentivized to offer their bodies to industry elites in return for success. Who's the biggest victim, and also the biggest star that came out as a result of these manipulative tactics? Justin Bieber.
Wow! I feel violated right now. Wow.
Lean into me again. You smell amazing. How old are you?
Thank you.
How old are you?
I'm 16. I'll be 17 in like 2 weeks.
I don't ever remember smelling that good at 16. Like that was bad.
Yeah.
Wow, look at your eyes. What music do you listen to?
Would you rather have to be naked on stage during one full song, or drink a cup of blended worms? Answer Justin Bieber. I have like little girl fans. I can't go.
You guys never gave me the sex talk. Okay. So why don't you give me the sex talk? I feel uncomfortable right now. Oh. Why do you want to know the sex talk from a 15-year-old boy? That's pretty weird. Oh. Let's talk about the album.
The bravery of individuals like Justin Bieber, Usher, and others who are stepping up and naming those responsible is essential in breaking the cycle and holding those involved accountable. Stay tuned for more updates as this shocking case unfolds and Hollywood's dark underbelly is exposed.